Okay, so this is my mission statement. Been praying and praying and praying, and this is what I got so far. To help people become self-sufficient. Like prison programs and rehab programs and drug court programs, they're all good, but they have one thing in common. You have to be in trouble first. Where are these programs before you get in trouble? You want to lower our prison population, okay? Give people the home training they need. Teach people how to live and not train people for a job, but give them life skills, okay? I live in the country. We have cows, we have goats, you know? You can tend animals, you can... Okay, now Gypsy Paws is an animal rescue with Wagging Tails as the benefit of it, and the rescue would bring in work for people to tend to the animals. And then there's the Coves recovery hope houses. Hope houses would be housing that's in limbo or has back taxes owed on it or whatever, that's abandoned, empty. All these places, I mean, they're all over the place. It's going to get sold for this little bit of tax money to whoever. Well, instead of doing that, why not actually give somebody a place to live and give them that peace of mind of where I'm going to sleep tonight is covered, where my food's coming from tonight is covered. You know, shelters don't have the capacities they need. And people need life skills. They need to know, like, if you grow up in the streets of California in LA or something, and then you get put on the farm, you ain't gonna know what the fuck to do or how to survive. You know how to pick an apple, maybe, if they're in season, but you have to want change. But I say we offer a program that teaches people how to be self-sufficient and give them a hand up in the house. It takes care of our homeless population, brings down our prison population, takes away all of that, because we're the nation of the free and the brave, not the slaves. But we all, like, everything that's out there that teaches anybody anything, you have to pay for. Why? Don't we want other people to succeed? Don't we want to move ahead? Like, we could be supporting each other and helping each other up with the hand up, not a handout, you know. Yeah, everything would be free, but you would have to get through the program. Like, okay, there's a lot of people going through drug court that are having trouble because they can't be in certain places. They can't afford rent, and then they end up in a homeless facility because they're trying to pay off drug court, or they have to stay in an area where they can't get a job, and then they're stuck. And what do these people have to fall back on? They need a skill, or if you could put them in places, just take a big bunch of land and make a ranch and put little houses there and have them complete the program and get a house. And you know, you can teach about composting and recycling. We can make this planet so much better just by teaching people how to be human and not in a faulty way. And also, this ties into the lady with the she's the wife of a minister, and she said there's no place in the ministry, but there is to teach people. And the great thing about women in the ministry is that a good portion of us are mothers. And even if we're not mothers, we have that mothering nature still. So that's okay. So I don't know why the programs aren't available to people to keep them from having to become criminals in the first place. Just offer some of that stuff. Offer coping skills in school. Offer yoga, and prayer, meditation, love. Let's give our nation hope again. So this is my version of writing this down. Have houses that are in limbo, completely empty or abandoned or on the verge of condemnation, whatever, and have those people pulled in off the street and say, hey, you work on this and you do this. It's going to require work, but not any money. We're not going to ask for your money, but we're going to ask for your help to help yourself. If it's buildings, they can learn how to, you can learn how to run electricity. You can learn how to build things. You can fix walls and windows and do basic maintenance to the house, and you could learn how to work on a car and sew a button. A lot of people that are homeless know quite a few of those things. However, they're too concerned about putting a roof over their head and food in their belly to be able to have the time to find what their talent is, what their skills are, what they're good at, and what an impact it can make to change the world, because they're too busy worrying about where their next meal's going to come from or where they're going to sleep tonight. And if we could just offer these programs for free, have it be a government-funded thing where people just learn and are educated in how to survive and be self-sufficient, and we could have well water and solar panels, and have a community of people helping each other up. I don't know how many tent cities I've seen. Do you know what that is? That is people coming together to help each other with what they got. Take those people and say, hey, we're going to give you a place to go, and the only thing you got to do is take these classes, learn some stuff. And it doesn't have to even be like classes. It can be a fishing trip. People know how to go fishing, but do you know how nice it is to do it because you are on a fishing trip rather than to survive? There's a big difference. And if you teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a day. Or if you give a man to fish, he'll eat for a day. If you teach a man to fish, he'll eat for the rest of his life. So, I don't know, maybe these things need to be added to schools in the curriculum. Schools need to be more of a priority. Education, we're not raising, raise a workforce, yeah, but what about all the people that could be coming up with amazing things and have these awesome talents, and could be finding the field they actually need to land in But they can't because they're struggling to pay their rent. They're struggling, you know, a rent break only counts for people who had rent in the first place. And there's a lot of prison programs. When you get out of prison, they'll hook you up with a place to go. And you know, it's a process, and not a lot of people get to do that, which sucks. But you got to be willing to do the program. But that's after prison. That's, you know, once you're already dealing with other shit, and you got to focus on this too. It would just be so amazing to be able to just teach each other how to be okay and give them a place where they can go to have a couple of days. My God, when I was in jail, I've seen so many people come down. And it's heart-wrenching, and it's horribly disgusting. And it can kill you. Even withdrawing from alcohol can kill you. And like, what if there's no safe place? Once you finally have a safe place, yeah, there's a lot of people that take stuff like that for granted, but that's why there should be, like, you have to go back to school, but it's the school of life, not the school of hard knocks, you know, it's the school of how to actually do it. Just give them the opportunity to have an education. Why does education cost so much anyways? We're supposed to be funded, you know, education should be free. And change the world and teach somebody something new. Teach somebody, you know, because even homeless people will teach each other, this is how we do that. So I don't have to go and do it for you every time, and you know how to handle it when you got nothing. Why can't we teach people to handle it? It's just farm training. Give me a refugee camp or something and teach these people, this is how you, like a mama would. All we need is a little support.